Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria is a failed nation. Nigeria is a failed state.
There's no hope for the common man again. There is no hope. There is no hope. There is no hope. We are finished.
I deny to be a Nigerian. Nigeria has freed its own people. The law also has freed.
Okay, so yeah, thank you for sending me that video. This was a video of Nigerians who are, dissatisfied with their government. They're dissatisfied, and they are tearing up their passports and denouncing Nigeria. I don't know if they're doing this from Nigeria or from another homeland, but for whatever reason, that passport, it is a symbol of power, I'm learning, to immigrants, something that we lose on a regular basis and have to go, get another one. It actually means something because it is their mobility, in that way. And the Nigerian passport, as you know, is countries don't really accept it like that, just like that Haitian passport, right? It's not really acceptable because of what happens when they arrive. They never leave. Right? They never leave, and they sort of make it another version of it, Have you seen Makoko, right? That's an issue. Both of these nations, like Haiti and Nigeria, because they call Haiti the Nigeria of the West, sadly, they have issues with clean water. They have issues with famine and food, and they have a track record of fleeing, regardless of what's happened in the past. It's not a stable nation. And they find themselves coming to other countries and trying to colonize in a way, you try to make their own little Nigeria, try to make their own little Somalia. These fleeing countries, they come to take. There are a lot of takers. And the host countries have to suffer and either try to find a way to offload them, get them back home, and then they cry about that one because, when they come to these host countries, they are very kind of ungrateful because it's an altruistic thing for government to allow, first of all. And it's an agenda, especially with our government. They wanted a buffer class, right? It's kind of backfiring. Resources are upside down and they can't control them. You can't control them. So they come back to the original people of the land, right? The American, my people. They want us to jump in and kind of help out with this. We are looking at things with a delineation lens now. Right? So there's nothing that we can do. We're going to sit this one out. And I'm noticing that that's agitating a lot of immigrants because they kind of relied on that influence, the Black American influence, the ability to be able to, help them in these times of trouble. Go march on our behalf. Do the things that we're known for. And we're kind of like, no, we're not going to do that because we have things that we are focused on as a lineage. We have an agenda that we need to start chopping down and getting through. And we're making great headway with delineation and just waking each other up. Again, we're not a monolith. We are very creative people. We are innovators, right? We are the kings and queens of cool. We understand our soft power and our influence, right? So when you have nations that are kind of fleeing over here and denouncing theirs, the only advice we're going to give them is to go back and fix it. I mean, that's the right thing to do. Having ethnic pride. Do you not have any pride for your homeland? Do you not care about the women and children that you've left behind? We're going to give you a dose of tough love. We're going to give you reality, and we gonna dap it up and you can keep it moving, because at the end of the day, it behooves the whole world if you have ethnic pride. It's a good thing. It's a great culture exchange. It's amazing, right? If you're able to do it. But I see people willfully throwing their culture away. While we're fighting to not have ours flattened, they are willfully jumping into our culture and throwing theirs away. They happily participate in their own ethnic erasure. And what are the traditions? You start to have to ask, what are the traditions of a Nigerian? At this point, unfortunately, it's become like scamming. That's a thing that they do. The Nigerian prince, that was a part of the culture. They're gonna send you in. Back in the day when you used to have an email called Yahoo. They would be getting, I have $10 million to give you. That's kind of the culture that we know you guys as, and you scam. right? And when you talk about a lot of the other Caribbean nations and stuff like Haiti with the fake degrees, right? We have to crack down on that. Nigerians too, West Africans too, people who are coming from, you have to take a look at the country that they're coming from. And that gives you an indicator of what they're going to do here. And I don't love the argument that we're coming over here to go to school. We're coming over here because there's better opportunities. We know there's great opportunities here, but you never leave. That's the issue. You come and you never go back. And we don't have an unlimited, uncapped amount of immigrants coming here. We have to cap that. We have to look at our resources, and we have to make sure that we are intentional about our immigration policy. Okay. And when people come over here saying that they're coming for better opportunities, my question is, why can't you create that in your own homeland, right? Why can't you start the process there, organize, fight your government, push back, take a page from the Black Americans, right? And then the South Africans too, they're doing the same thing. They're fighting, they're pushing back against the migrants and stuff that's happening down there. I see other Caribbean nations doing the same thing too, pushing back on the migrant issue, particularly like the Bahamas. I've seen the Jamaicans start to say something about it. Look, guys, we gotta get things in their proper lanes here. What we really have to focus on is our own homelands, right? And that's precisely what Black Americans are doing. And that's causing some angst because people have gotten by under a flat blackness. They've gotten by under the umbrella that, the Black Americans will be there to kind of bail them out. And we're not. And they gaslight you and say, we're not saying that. We're not thinking of that. Meanwhile, coming in your face, you have no culture. You're lazy. You're unemployed, baby mama. All of the talking points that they were given, as if to say they don't have eyes and can't see what's really going on, right? That's something that they have to reconcile within themselves. But Nigerians who are, kind of tearing up the passports, I don't know how to feel about that. I would never do that. I would go and get my land back. I would go take it back. I think we're not the same spirit, right? Black Americans don't do that. We have a spirit of resistance. We've always resisted in the worst situations since the colonizer got here. We've resisted. To this day, we push back. We set the tone, right, in our own land. And we're pushing back against this buffer, too, because buffer class is buffering right now. You guys are in the way. Look at us. Look at us. Look at us. Pay attention to us and our issues. And that's not to say that you don't have issues, but those issues don't align with what we're doing, okay? So my advice always is to have ethnic pride. Go back to your country and really fight that corruption, right? Really fight the corruption. Don't tear your passports up and throw your hands up and say it's unwinnable. It's hopeless. Never do that to your land. Never do that to your people, your ancestors, right? Focus and key in on that. Have some, ethnic pride and swing back. Swing back. That's my advice. Swing back. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.